Dearest Chengiah, what an honor and a privilege to be given this opportunity to wish you on your milestone birthday. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there in person to celebrate with you on this special occasion, but here are a few memories that I'd like to share. I remember as a precocious teenager how proud I was that you had had a conversation with Robert Kennedy in 1966 at the University of Natal to fill him in on how things really were and things that New Sass had left out. I also remember when my parents and I came to the old segregated Louis Botha Airport to wish you a tearful farewell when you left on an exit permit to the UK. I remember how you entertained our family in London in your student digs. I remember hearing about you, this was quite extraordinary, randomly by a Libyan graduate student at the University of Washington who said to me when he knew that I was South African, "Do you know Ragavan?" And then he said, "He inspired us, he taught us, he politicized us." So clearly your influence has crossed oceans and boundaries of different sorts. And ever since our paths have crossed, from the early days in Cape Town to Stellenbosch to Hartford, Connecticut, where both Laurel and I taught, and in all of these meetings, you have been a warm, open, generous, kind, and attentive person, always willing to engage and share your ideas, and from time to time, whipping up your famous tin fish curry. I salute you on your 90th birthday. Many happy and healthy returns of the day. With much love from Sibs in Stellenbosch.
I've known Rogers from 1968 when he was banned. It was all over the news, and the following year, when I went to visit Steve Biko, who usually hung out at the cafeteria at the University of Natal Medical School, there was Rogers sitting at a table and smiling. And of course, Steve knew him very well because they served on the same SRC, and Rogers' father ran the cafeteria. I recall his friendly smile, his ever-pleasant demeanor, which still remains to this day. Ours has been a long engagement, friendship, comradeship, and I'm very pleased to have known his life partner, Laurel. All the very best on this important occasion and for the next chapter in your life.
Happy birthday, Chengiah. 90. I cannot believe you are 90 years old. I'm so delighted I get to be here to celebrate with you all. I remember the day I met you like it was yesterday. I was about a 20-year-old student. You were much younger, professor at Concordia University, and I was volunteering with Amnesty International, and I had been asked to invite you to speak at an event we were holding in honor of John Humphrey, who had drafted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So I went to see you and said my bit, and wow, you gave me an earful. You told me that human rights were a tea party in Canada, and you went on to explain what that meant, and so much more, and so much more over the years. And you agreed to speak at our event, and you went on to invite me to join your anti-apartheid group, and that's where I met Laurel, and I met Avi and Samara, who was just a wee baby at that time. And it really became a formative time in my life. You all became family to me. And, and through you, like so many others, I know who you've influenced over the years. You taught me about my place in the world. I understood class through you. I understood privilege and feminism through you, and so much more. I mean, you really opened my eyes to the world, and I think one of the things that you did for me and did for so many was to empower us to feel that we can make a difference, and the fact that we had to make a difference. So I'm just delighted to be here to celebrate you, and happy birthday, Chengiah.
Happy birthday, Uncle Rogers. Wishing you a wonderful 90th birthday. We really appreciate you and we love you, and thank you for everything you've done for us. Lots of love from the Chetties and the Ragavens. Bye.
Hi, I'm Sam Bosky in Montreal. I'm very glad to be able to take part in wishing Chengiah a happy 90th birthday. I first got to know Chengiah in the mid-1980s here in Montreal when he was the organizer of a series of regular dinners to raise money for the International Defence and Aid Fund, which provided support to the families of political prisoners in South Africa. Chengiah was one of the most important people in terms of keeping the anti-apartheid movement alive in Montreal and Quebec. His dinners were not only fun, in the sense that he was always very charming and informative and invited lots of interesting people, but it was also really a good networking experience for activists in the Montreal area. We got to be able to find out what other people were doing and sometimes become involved in each other's activities. I was quite involved in municipal politics at the time, and Chengiah also started hanging around some of the municipal political activities and being able to give comments and lots of suggestions, and his presence was really much appreciated. After he left Montreal, I think everyone who knew him has really missed him, so I really want to speak on behalf of fellow Montrealers in wishing Chengiah best wishes and good health. Thanks.
A couple of memories, Chengiah.
Hi, Chengiah. Many memories. One memory that stands out is I would come home and get out of the car, and you'd be on the porch. We'd live side by side, and I could smell these wonderful cooking smells coming from your house, and I'd get out and I'd say, "It smells so good," and you would say, "You must come for supper," and we would all have supper together and eat your wonderful cooking, and I wish we could do that again, and I think of that often.
And my memory is that I remember being on the porch with you, and a beautiful XKE went by, a Jaguar. It was just a luxury car, and I sort of coveted it and thought it was beautiful, and you looked at me and gave me, in a 15-minute diatribe, philosophical Marxism, the haves and the have-nots, the real meaning of luxury. I'll never look at that car the same way again. Happy birthday, Chengiah.
Happy birthday. We love you.
We love you, man.
Chengiah, 90 years old. You at 90. You who I remember seeing at Concordia University, giving a speech at an event telling us, history has given you the task of liberating 2/3 of the world. You are so vibrant, so fiery, so passionate, so revolutionary. What a great model, what an inspirational model you presented to all of us at that most significant moment of our lives, late teens, early 20s, when we're not yet part of the system and therefore able to perceive, question, and detest its worst qualities. To want the world to be different, to demand that it be different, to demand that it be other, to unlearn its short-sighted answers and to learn to ask meaningful, substantial, provocative, evocative questions. What a gift you've given us. Because of you, I went to grad school with the intention of researching global justice. And because of you, my books, my teaching at Harvard, in Toronto, and my efforts as a father have all been focused on that sole purpose, to transform the world. Thank you, Chengiah. You showed us that political activism was an adventure that would introduce us to the noblest, kindest people. And you set us on the noblest task to remake the world, but to do it with a joyous, romantic, and resilient heart. Thank you for that model. All my love to you, to Laurel, to your children, and to all of your students. I wish I could be there to celebrate with you. I love you.
Chengs, Daddy-O. Wow, 90 years old. Some might say you're actually finally starting to get old, Dad. I'm sending a lot of love. I'm here in Vermont, missing you in South Africa. And the reality is you have been the most substantial and influential force, I would say, in my life. I might even go on a limb and say in anyone's life. Possibly, I don't know. But I certainly love you. I miss you. And I think it goes without saying how deep and strong kind of our connection has been over the last 40 years. And when I think back on memories, there are a lot that we have together, shared experiences and memories, some positive, a lot positive, maybe some not so positive back when I was a kid. But I think there's a lot of memories I have that I hold dear. But I think one of the more recent ones are when we went down the Danube together. And it was fun watching you close the bar on the boat, dancing with all those ladies, and having you just enjoy kind of being on the river. Yeah, there's a lot coming to mind, but that was a special trip for us, and I'm glad we got to fit that in. And then heading back to Oxford and Wales and Cambridge with Mom. Anyway, Dad, this is kind of getting long, so I'm going to sign off. Happy birthday. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling loved and celebrated. And I can't wait to see you soon. All right. Much love from me and Hannah. Bye, Dad.
Happy birthday. I want to wish you the best to you and your beautiful family all the way in South Africa. Greetings to you from Patillas, Puerto Rico. As you can tell, I'm in the countryside. The question is, how did your meeting impacted my life? Well, in many cases, by the way, again, Puerto Rico here says hello. Yes, you open doors for me and for many other young people, many other students. Of course, I was never your student, but student of life. We were more colleagues. You introduced me and allowed me to lecture in your class at UConn, University of Connecticut, also at Central Connecticut State University. That meant a lot. More importantly, you opened doors and made the possibility viable for my being able to encourage me to lead the Africana Center at Central Connecticut State University, the newly formed Africana Center. Unfortunately, to this day, I regret it. Due to my health, I could not take on the offer, but it led me to believe that I was onto something great. And thanks to you, things have been on the up and up in many aspects.
Hey Chengiah, it's Lyle Robinson. I hope this message finds you well. Happy birthday! 39 years old. Wow, how time flies. Or wait, I think my dyslexia is kicking in. Anyway, It's wonderful to be able to send you this message, to wish you all the best in the coming years, and to just say thank you for all that you've done, directly and indirectly, making me the person that I am today.
Hi, my name is Nigel Goddard, and in 1984 had the pleasure of having Dr. Chengiah Ragaven as my sociology professor at Concordia University in Montreal. He was fair on grading, but what I remember most about him was the lessons that he taught us, the ideas that he exposed us to. He shook most of us young bourgeois Canadians from all over the world, shook us out of some of our prejudices and helped us face new and exciting challenges and new and exciting realities, and some not so exciting realities.
All right. Chengiah, first of all, congrats on reaching the ripe old age of 90. Fantastic. Let's see, they've asked us to answer a couple of questions for these videos. One is how you impacted our life, and then our favorite Chengiah story. So, first, in terms of how you impacted my life, it is very much you had a large part in me becoming the happy, uppity Negro that I am today, being Canada's only full-time paid black political activist, paid by Canadians' federal tax dollars. So that is directly related to you and the work we did with the ANC Solidarity Committee. And then my favorite Chengiah story would be, well, this was not a one-time story, but this is something you said many times, and that is when we were sitting around and you were talking about the opponents of ours that we were trying to, whose behavior we were trying to change. You would just say, Robin, they're all a bunch of crooks. And they are. Love you, man. Happy birthday.
Hello, Chengiah. This is Mokoma. Yeah, just wishing you happy birthday, man. And I hope, I get to see you next year. I think I'm coming to Joburg early next year. Yeah, man. Of course, you're welcome to come and visit me in Ithaca. There's going to be winter soon. But I just want to say thank you as well. Some of my best memories, of course, Africa Without Borders. And your stories about the struggle in South Africa, which of course hasn't ended and doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. But also your stories about Steve Biko, Black consciousness, and so on and so forth. So thank you, and have a happy birthday. Hopefully I'll get to see you next year. Though, of course, you could extend an invitation. I'll extend an invitation, then I'll be there. Okay, bye.
How has your life been impacted by Professor Chengiah Rogers Ragaven?
So I've known Chengiah since I was really young, because Samara and I have known each other over the years, and I used to go to Samara after school, and on the weekends we used to play together a lot, and Chengiah was always around and there to offer listening ear. He both listened really well and also asked really interesting questions. He was always someone who knew a lot about the world and about what was going on. And I remember from when I was really young just being intrigued by him and having him be someone I went to for kind of the critical thinking and a critical eye on matters. So he definitely helped me develop an intrigue for the world and a love of politics and social justice and matters that should concern us all.
And what is your favorite memory with Professor Chengiah Rogers Ragaven?
All my memories related to Chengiah are actually connected to food. Him and Laurel and of course the rest of the family would have lots of people around for dinners, and I remember being with Samara and us sitting and having conversations with Chengiah around a dinner table, and him asking also again lots of questions and caring so deeply about those around him and wanting to kind of go into the night celebrating the love of friends and family. And so those are all my happy memories connected to Chengiah from when I was young up until now.
Hello, this is Libby in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, just wanting to wish Chengiah a wonderful and happy 90th birthday. I hope you have just a wonderful celebration with your family and friends who have come from afar. I'm so sorry I can't be there in person, but I know Kim is there helping to celebrate. Chengiah, you've had so much impact on so many people, and even though I've only met you a few times, every time I've met you, I've loved every conversation with you and learned so much. So have a happy, wonderful celebration with much love from Libby in Vancouver.
Chengiah, you are a man of action and true conviction. You have always practiced exactly what you preach, and I am still and always will be so proud to know you and to count you among my dearest, dearest friends. I'll never forget the day that I drove you down to New York City so you could speak to Allegra's human rights class in Harlem. Her students were only high school freshmen and a pretty rowdy bunch at that, but they were absolutely mesmerized, totally spellbound by your electrifying stories. Of course, you actually told all of these 14-year-olds that if they became political activists, everyone would want to have sex with them. Men would want to have sex with them, and women would want to have sex with them, whoever they were. Talk about being a persuasive orator. I think they took it up then and there and are still going strong. Most of all, of course, I really miss our dinners on Montclair Drive. Didn't you live on Montclair Drive? Feasting on your sumptuous curry and rice and everything else you made with it, and basking in the warmth of your generous spirit. You, Chengiah, are one of a kind, the kindest kind. We love you. Happy birthday. Sending love to you, Laurel, Samara, and Avi. Miss you. Wish we were there.
Hi, Chengiah. It's Harlan, your old friend in New York City, wishing you a happy, happy birthday. Wish we could be there to celebrate it. I'm recalling the time Samara and Allegra met in middle school, and I was amazed and surprised to meet her dad, an international hero of the anti-apartheid movement, living in West Hartford on Montclair Drive. And it's a pleasure to find out that you were so incredibly friendly, warm, smart, and interested in me. I'm remembering all our many discussions of politics and history, and writing, and our families. And we had such a great time at Samara's sweltering hot Smith graduation. I remember with pleasure all our gatherings and meetings, of course, your curry at your house. Now, on this happy occasion, I want to pay tribute to you and all that you have accomplished. You are an example for all of us of integrity, passion, thoughtfulness, generosity, personal warmth, and commitment to a cause far greater than oneself. Also, I relish your great sense of humor and the twinkle in your eyes. So, again, happy birthday. Galukia Verjarsdag.
Hi Chengiah, happy birthday, and I feel so lucky to be able to celebrate this big 9-0 with you. Wow. I think of you and it's always sitting with your beanie and sharing the plethora of fabulous stories that you have from all of the years and experience and life that you've got under the belt. And definitely, I think the best memories are Monday nights, vegetarian in Killarney, where you and Laurel and Samara really welcomed me into the family and I guess gave me the opportunity to become part of the furniture. So wishing you many more, and yeah, happy to get to celebrate with you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Chengiah.
We're excited to see you soon.
Yeah, we'll come in to visit.
We're on the plane.
We sure are.
My favorite memory is all of the times that we spent cooking together at your house and at ours.
Yes, especially when you got very excited that you could cook lobster and shrimp at our house.
So good. Can't wait to eat all of the things in South Africa.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Chengiah. Hi, Raj, and hi, everyone gathered. I'm sending my love from London. It's a sunny day, and I'm sitting in Notting Hill. I look forward to being able to speak to Raj on my own, on the phone at some point, and I'm going to say not very much right now because I'm sure there are many people speaking. 90 years is a long time. I'm a historian, and you've seen a lot of history. Some of that over the last 20 years I've shared with you. You gave me a home in West Hartford. You gave me a home in Johannesburg. I've tried to reciprocate, and one of the great memories of helping you was when we went to Reservoir 6 when you had an injury, and it was almost a blizzard, but you insisted on going, and we were outside and we were together trying to cross ice together, and we were holding each other up. And I think that's a symbol also of friendship between myself and all the family. I cannot thank you all enough for everything you've done for me over these last years, all around the world. Another memory is the time that Sam, myself, and you went with Tim Miller to Robben Island. It was our first trip there for Tim and myself, and of course he's with you today in spirit. I wish you every happiness on this day as you celebrate. I know there are many people now already gone who've left ahead of you in families and in friendships. They're with you today. And I'm with you. I hope to see you in Joburg in the very near future. I hope to get there as soon as all the planets can align. And I praise your good spirit. I praise the enormous role that Laurel has had in making all of this possible. And I'm sending love to Laurel as we speak and text each day. Doc, you've done so much, and I know that Chengiah's heart is with you and his thanks. So a very happy birthday. I wish I were there. Take good care, all of you. Love you, Samara, as well. Take care.
Hi, Chengiah. Happy 90th birthday. You opened your house to me in South Africa when I was attending my very first international conference as a graduate student. I'm so grateful to you. I keep beautiful memories of Cape Town, your beautiful family, the hospitality, the inspiration that you have given me as I was starting my career. It is really, really wonderful to have met you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my dear friend. Sending you hugs and loving birthday wishes on your 90th birthday. So thankful that our paths in life have crossed. We'll never forget the dinners we had at your house, our riveting conversations, and all the times we went out for Indian food. I miss you and Laurel and wish you all the best. Happy birthday. Cheers, man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Chengiah. It's a great pleasure and honor to wish you a very, very happy birthday on this huge milestone of your 90th birthday. We have known each other for over 50 years, and it's really a great pleasure to have reconnected with Laurel and yourself when we all relocated to Wits over 20 years ago. So that is my fondest memory of our friendship over the last 2 decades and all the good times we've had together in Johannesburg and in Durban. And I look forward to many more happy years of happy friendship. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful year, and a very happy, happy birthday. Lots of love from Starla.
Happy birthday, Roger.
Happy birthday, Chengiah.
This is Jenny and Hillel, your sister-in-law and brother-in-law in Tucson, Arizona, sending you love on your 90th birthday. And I want to say that you are the sweetest brother-in-law anyone could ever have. And it has been so special to be a part of your family. And I want you to know that you have impacted me greatly with your heartwarming smile, your kind and sweet countenance and love. And you have had such an extraordinary life, and you have impacted and so many people, touched so many people, including us. And we just want you to know how much we love you and that we are there with you in our hearts on this very, very special occasion.
Happy birthday, Chengiah. This is an incredible milestone as you reach 90 into your 10th decade, onward and upward into 100. With the help of God, yes, we pray. My favorite memory of you is first meeting you in London when I was traveling back from Israel as a college student. You picked me up in the ancient British, low to the ground, circa late 40s, early 50s vehicle, and we bolted around the city of London, and you dropped me off at the B&B where I was going to be staying. And that night you cooked an amazing lamb curry at Jaya's house.
Ooh, sounds
that
good.
I had never tasted before and burned my throat and my mouth. And the solution was just drink up some whiskey, man.
That's good.
You've impacted our lives tremendously, as Jenny mentioned, and I really have to say that having met you and getting a sense of your history and your involvement in the African National Congress and your perspective of the world enlightened mine, and gave me a sense of what the world is about on other levels in terms of fairness, equality, and those things have always stuck with me, and I know that they've impacted me greatly, and both of us. So we're sending our love. I hope I can see you within the next year on a trip out and celebrate with you and try some lamb curry. Love you very much. And we're sorry we can't be with you now, but our hearts are with you.
Okay, we love you.
We love you. Big hugs.
Big hugs and best wishes on this very, very special occasion.
Congratulations for reaching this milestone.
Hi, Raj. Hi, everyone. This is Harley. I'm recording from my balcony in a little bit of wind here. Relatively windy day in Thailand. First of all, let me just say happy birthday. An amazing milestone. 90 years is just mind-boggling. And I think you're going to outlive all of us. I hope that you do. And I suppose the number one thing that being around Chengiah has shown me or taught me is that one does not need, nor should one necessarily take the path and follow leaders and go on the traveled road. Sometimes the opposite way, the road less traveled, the path not taken, proves to be the most rewarding, especially over the long haul. So with that being said, keep on that path, Raj. Don't follow. Be the leader. Go where no one else has gone. Love you. Bye.
I met Chengiah through Laurel when we worked together way back in the 80s. What has always struck me about the two of them is their amazing and enduring love story. It is hard to imagine two people from more different backgrounds. A nice Jewish girl from Lexington, Kentucky, meets a South African Asian exile in England. They fall in love, despite a 20-year age difference. With great courage, they decide to be together. Then they have to choose where they will live. Chengiah wants Cuba, Laurel wants the US. They compromise on Montreal. Laurel promises Chengiah that if apartheid ever falls, they will return to South Africa, which honestly in 1976 was like saying if hell freezes over, we'll all go skating. They marry, have 2 beautiful children, and make a life together. The kids have a typical Montreal West upbringing, playing with Barbies, building potato launchers in Scouts, eating croissant bagel. Chengiah is a professor at Concordia, and Laurel is an academic family doc at McGill. When we met, I was struck by what bound them together. They had a shared intellectual rigor, a deeply philosophical approach to their respective crafts, and they were both completely committed to the pursuit of social justice. And there was just that special spark. There's an old Yiddish expression, love and a cough cannot be hidden. Their love between them was always palpable. I know that the move to South Africa was extremely hard for Laurel. The idea of moving her mixed-race Jewish children to the newly post-apartheid country was daunting in the extreme. But it happened, and they made it work. So here they are, still together, still in love, still fighting the good fight to make the world a better place. Despite age, disability, and Laurel's sometime new role as pioneer woman, they are one of the most inspiring couples I have ever met. Some may say that I have an overly romanticized view of them. This is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Hello, Rogers. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy yourself, Rogers. Nice to hear you still well. You're still well enough, so thank you. That's enough now.
Okay. Okay, you ready for me? Yeah. Hello, Ragavan. Dolly was very, very diplomatic, but you know me, I say whatever I want to say to the porridge guys, and You're one of the few Porridge guys who are touching 90. And I wish you all the best, you know. And all the Porridge stories we will go through on Saturday with you, okay? But in the meantime, I wish you all the best. I will see you on Saturday and give you a piece of my mind, you know, as I always did, you know. So, all the best. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Chengiah. Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday, Chengiah. From your friends in Connecticut at the Africana Center, we got the logo in the background, all up from CCSU. So I want to tell you, thank you for being a person who has always been in a struggle. I was always a part of learning about South Africa and during that time, but you gave me an up-close view of what that struggle was like. And I enjoyed the many meals at your home, your and Laura's home. Thank you so much.
Hi, Chengiah, Sylvia. Happy birthday. And I want to thank you for your knowledge and how you really made me understand the political economy of the world around us. And I'll never forget when you talked about the Peace Corps and how it was an imperialist arm of the CIA. But it's your analysis, right, of the political economy of the world, particularly from the perspective of the global South. And that was very, very enlightening for me. So thank you.
Happy birthday from Janet, Chengiah. I remember the exhibit of your photographs from the apartheid years in South Africa. And I think it did a lot for the campus and the community to be able to show them the truth that was not made clear to us in the US. And I'll always remember that and your wonderful sense of humor.
And from us to you, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hi, let me send a really warm, affectionate and loving greeting to Maya Rogers, who I've known from the 1960s, maybe even a bit earlier. Rogers was an ever-present person on the campus, particularly at Warwick Avenue and also in the residences, because he was more than a student, he was an activist. Rogers knew everybody, and we became really good friends. Through him, I met many of the students who later became, national heroes, such as Steve Biko. He was one of our compatriots at the university at that time, segregated as we were. We used to meet at weekends at other times, and Rogers Place was the inevitable place that we would assemble. A tribute to you, Rogers. You're a great man and a great lovable hug to you. Bye for now.
Dear Rogers, news that you have turned 90 leaves with the hope that I may yet reach that milestone, although I have just about 2 years to go. After chatting with you, more especially after chatting with you over the telephone, you sounded your old good self, greeting me with the warmth that goes back all of 65 years. My goodness, how the years have gone past from those youthful, exuberant years, and left now with unforgettable memories of our student days, the activism in the struggle years for freedom. You have traveled a long journey and far and wide, and your contribution to the struggle is just but one aspect of a life well lived. I have snippets of memorabilia from way back to the time that we worked together, and I have saved, hidden from the eyes of the security branch and other people whom I didn't trust, many a document which I have donated to the Nelson Mandela Foundation under the name of the Judge Thamba Pillay collection. I still have a lot of documentation which I hope to donate to some institution for preserving struggle memorabilia. Your name appears in many of those documents. I'm attaching for you also some correspondence between myself and Adrian Leftwich. And you will remember Leftwich for his commitment to the struggle for student unity. And yet, all that is forgotten. And the only memory that remains of him is a betrayal to his fellow activists in the armed resistance movement. I am not unaware of his own contribution and will remember his commitment to student unity. I can go back, but let me go back quite some time. But let me, on this joyous occasion of your 90th birthday, wish you good health and much happiness, and never for once forgetting loving and sterling support of your dear wife Laurel over the years, and especially now when we chatted together for a short while. I had no idea that you had moved to Johannesburg, but rest assured that when I next get there to visit my children, I will certainly link up with you and Laurel. Once again, best wishes on this milestone occasion. Much good health and happiness. Sincerely yours, Thamba Pillay.
Hello everyone. We are congregated today to celebrate the lifetime of Chengiah. I would start saying that 90 years ago, when Chengiah was welcomed into this world, there was so much jubilation and festivities around his arrival. Today, we celebrate that day through his life with joy and thanksgiving. Chengiah, you've been a friend and you will remain being one. You have been a mentor, a teacher, a professor of note, but most importantly, you have been a carer to most of us. For 9 decades, you have been a gift from God, and you still are even today. We will remember this day with so much joy as we celebrate your 90th birthday. We wish you the happiest of them all. Keep shining as you have been shining in the past, for us to see the way forward. The way that you have fought for this country to be liberated will always remain with us. So, happy birthday, dear Chengiah. May you live much longer than this. Happy birthday. Thank you.